The second little pig made his house out of sticks. Now I was very lucky and I found an Easter egg box which had some sticks already on it, so I've cut this up. You might find some brown paper, you might colour in your own paper to make it look like sticks, or you might use some real sticks. So I have used a box and I have made a square for the main part of the body, and I've cut out a triangle shape for the roof, and I'm just going to stick the two of them together to make my house shape. So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to put a little bit of glue at the bottom there just to hold it together to make the right shape to start off with. There we go. And there's the start of my house. Already I've got the roof and the main part. Now I'm going to start with the door. And now on mine I made a little blue door, so just made it out of normal paper. So we're going to glue that in the middle. Leave a little space for a doorstep. And I found a little yellow sequin. Again, you could just use some yellow paper or colour some white paper in. And for a door. Now this one, I found a little tiny bit of gold ribbon. This one I didn't have any more left, so I'm going to cut it a little bit smaller for my letterbox. There we go, pop some glue on that. Stick my letterbox on. Now I use some real sticks to go around my door. So I've cut my sticks already. If you find some really small sticks, you might just be able to snap them yourself. Be careful. Yep, one for that side of the door. And sticky glue works just fine for this, as long as it's lying flat on the table and give it a chance to dry. Mine haven't fallen off. A little bit of glue on the back of that one, across the top. There we go. Oh, give it a little squeeze for it to hold still. Okay, now while that's drying, we've got some pieces for our tree over here. Now I had some felt in my house. You could cut it out of paper. You could perhaps get something out of a magazine. Maybe find a picture of a tree and you could cut it out and stick it on yourself. Now I made a Y shape for my tree, so when I put my branches on the top, it makes an interesting branch here. Now I need to stick those two together on there. Now I also realised that when I was making mine, it made it a bit floppy, so it's probably a good idea just to put a little bit of card. Let's cut a bit off this Easter egg box, make a little strip just so your tree doesn't flop off the edge. So I moved that out of the way and I stuck that behind so that when my tree goes on, it's nice and strong standing next to it. So I'll do that first. A little bit of glue on that edge to hold it behind. Give it a little squeeze. There we go. And then that's something also for you to glue your tree onto. A little bit of glue on there. Let's put my branch down. Should glue on either side. I think I need a little bit more glue on this side, because I need to try and cover up all that card. There we are. Perfect. Can't see any of that white card sticking out. Squeeze that over a little bit. Now you could cut out some red circles, have it as an apple tree. I had some little flowers, some little stick-on flowers that I found. I could just peel off. Again, you might have some old birthday cards with flowers on. You might have some buttons like me that you could glue on. Or as before, I had those little paper ones that I could stick on. So I've got little blue roses here. Oh, I could put some glue on that one. Stick that on. There we go. A little blue rose growing in the tree. Now we're ready for a little bit of ribbon for the roof and then the chimney afterwards. So let's stick this ribbon on. Again, you could draw the pattern yourself. You could draw some stripes, colour it in and stick it on. I've found some pink ribbon in my house, so I'm going to pop the glue in a long line across the roof, just for a bit of decoration. There we go, a little bit squeeze. Chose pink to match the pigs. And while that's drying, I'm just going to do my chimney. Now this one, I found a tiny bit of ribbon I had left over and a bit more of that card that I use for the Easter egg. So I found some different ribbon. I had a tiny little bit left over, a little rectangle that I've cut out. So I'm going to glue, oopsie, I'm going to leave that, stick that on there. Let's turn it the other way up because that's not a very straight line, that end, and we'll cover that up with the cardboard shape. Here we are. Now I cut this out of cardboard, out of a cracker box. When I stick it on the top, it'll cover up all those rough lines. So lots of glue on there. It's a bit harder to glue fabric. And then we've got our chimney. We're just ready to lift it up and cut off the ends of those pieces of ribbon. Be careful because it's still wet, so it's going to wiggle a little bit. Squeeze that down. Turn it around carefully. You might want to cut it before you put it on, it's up to you. There we go. There's our house made of sticks. What do you think, little pig? Do you like it? You do. Oh, and don't forget to make a hole in the top to put some ribbon on so you can hang that one up as well. There we go.